Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time once again for the Coon Prairie Ramblers.
I'm afraid so.
They're in the house.
Uh-oh.
They're ready to go.
There goes one now.
They're chomping at the bit.
I don't know about
Get the bug
chomping.
spray. There goes another one.
We're going to talk. And KC is going to rip it up.
You're going to have
boy.
to take a bit out of my mouth for me to
man.
talk.
Yeah.
Oh, son.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
Live and salivating.
I'm already.
And after his sound, we get Luke, the rebel without a clue.
Oh, one more time.
Hey, boo-boo.
And we got the mailman.
And we got the mailman. With his picnic basket.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I wish I had a picnic.
Standing 6'1", weighing 200
Pound.
pounds on the nose.
Even
used to-
He
Stevens.
doesn't fluctuate,
Yeah.
but 1 pound one way or the other.
One way or the
It's
other.
either 199, 200, or 201.
201. If it was 201,
Boy.
I must have had bacon the night before.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And he
A little
is
sodium there.
a fighting sinew.
A lean,
From
mean,
the
fighting
side.
motion.
Yeah.
Don't forget Miss Yeti.
Oh, and over, we got the glass behind the glass.
Miss Yetica.
There you go.
And I see she's got her little thumb drive with her.
Yep.
little
Thumb
thumb.
drive.
Must be genetics. Anyway, we're going to confabulate and kick off this week.
That's a rainy Monday morning as we begin this.
Yeah.
So we're all kind of tired and sleepy.
I'm fighting the depression. You know what?
Oh,
when
boy.
you get a depression out there, I get depressed.
Because of a tropical depression?
Yeah.
Well, now it's a storm, so you should be stormy.
Okay.
What's his name? Did they name it yet?
Emily.
Emily.
They need better names,
Yeah.
more ferocious
Well,
names.
you know what the problem is? They always start back at the beginning of the alphabet, right?
Yes.
Each year.
Yeah.
And you don't get that
B,
far. You don't get all the
C.
way to Z.
There's never going to be a Hurricane Zorro. We never have to worry about that one.
Zelda.
Yeah. If it is, it's going to be a one crazy season.
It'd be a terrible year, I guarantee you that. Or Xavier.
And the
Willie. Ain't going to be the
global
Hurricane Willie
warming
neither.
People are going
Wet
to be,
Willie. That was a wet hurricane, that Wet Willie one we had.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to your dog?
Yep. I give Willie a Wet Willie every now and then. Keep him humble. We got a subject today, or we going to sit around and bump our gums?
Well, we had one, but it slipped my mind.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
We
Senility.
were talking about gardening.
Bring it. Oh, garden.
Yes,
Yeah.
green thumb
I don't
stuff.
think we've ever talked about gardening.
I come
And
to
Shelley.
the garden
And
alone.
pea picking.
Oh,
Shelling
and,
pea,
Yeah, yeah.
picking pea,
and preserving and
Yeah.
canning,
canning, and
You know,
plow in the back 40.
plowing.
you know how you preserve a dead corpse?
Yep.
Feed it plenty of
Garlic
arsenic before it dies.
before it dies.
Yeah, that's what-
Before it dies.
Yeah, before you know, they poisoned Napoleon with arsenic, and then 20 years later they exhumed him on the island of Saint Helene where he was exiled,
Patmos.
and they were going to take him to bury him in Paris.
And he was still laying there
And
smiling.
when they exhumed him, they all fell backwards like, holy cow! They looked at him. He looked just like he was when he buried, and
They
they
said-
even ran up and touched his skin.
They said, I thought he was taller than that. Still had his little hand tucked in his vest.
Anyway, back to canning.
Gardening. Y'all ever planted a garden?
He gardens now.
You
not
do?
not that I want to. My wife gardens,
It's for that trim,
And I
healthy
get-
mama
and
stuff.
I get stuck with it.
Oh, you got to do all the weeding and the
Oh well,
plowing and
You
the
got
watering.
chickens
and-
for that.
Chickens are weeded. Put the
chickens
chick.
weed. Will they pull out the dog kennel?
They'll kill the insects. They'll
Yeah.
and they're scratching. It helps
Let them
weed.
help you garden. Put them out
They're
there.
very good, and they fertilize it.
Yeah.
That's right. You can't
Since my
lose.
wife started to work,
They're miracle birds.
my daughter's
Mm-hmm.
going to go off to school. I ain't going to plant no.
We'll never see Mel again. He's going to be home doing all the housework.
I ain't going. In fact, the garden that was there, I pulled the fence up, and I mowed it all down, and I turned it back into the yard.
I said, I ain't going to plant no seeds no more. Ain't going to plant no seeds no more.
Do you have a garden as a kid?
Yes. Oh, I wrote about it in my book.
Oh, boy.
My mother had gardens that stretched out for eternities.
No wonder you ran away from home to join the circus.
That's right.
I'd have done that
That's
too.
right. Her. My dad, he would take me out on a tractor. We'd go plow the fields. It seemed like to me, when I'm in her garden,
You had a tractor?
Yeah, you're big time.
I'm telling you.
When I was in her garden, I said, "Mom, your garden's as big as Dad's cornfields."
Oh boy,
I mean, it must have been an acre. Man.
that's a pretty big garden. I never had one that big.
You know, and then even my Aunt Agony, she had a big garden. That's where I got sick on cucumbers.
That's why you don't like cucumbers.
Yeah. I'm trying to check, because cucumbers are good for you. I'm trying to change my ways. And I don't know if I'll ever like them again, but I do eat them just to make myself, because they're good for you, you know.
Let me tell you a good way to eat a cucumber. You cut it up in thin slices, and you make you a sandwich using rye bread and pimento cheese with thin slices of cucumber. Put that in there.
Yeah.
That's a nice little finger food. Cut the crust off of it. Great finger food right
It
there.
won't be overwhelming.
That's right.
Yeah. That's good.
Because the rye bread's powerful, pimento cheese is powerful, and the cucumber gives like a little fresh crispness in there.
Hungry now.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, that cucumber salad we had the other day at
Country Cafe.
Country, that was righteous.
It was. I'm going to make that.
I'm gonna make it.
You know, the picture didn't do it justice. I saw
No,
the
it
picture,
didn't.
and it didn't make it look delicious.
It was.
It was. I had that too. Trust me.
When I was a kid, we always had gardens.
Yeah.
My mother and father and my grandfather, and we all had a garden. Not we all had, but we gardened. And as a kid, we had our own responsibilities in that garden.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to go out there.
Like pulling weeds.
And I tell you, the worst thing I hated was cutting okra. I know Luke would help. Wouldn't like it because he don't like okra.
That's
to
right.
begin with.
Dang, I know
you
doing
have
the
to wear a
okra.
long sleeve shirt.
You did.
Oh, you mean cutting it off the plant?
No,
Yeah.
cutting it out of the air. We just walk around. yeah, the plant.
Some of that fly floating okra.
Well, I was thinking like in the house when
Oh.
you're cutting
Okra is in the house.
because that's what I always get. Mel, would you cut all this okra up so we could fry it? You know.
No, but
Yeah. Actually,
yeah,
I've never
you
done
can't
it.
pick you can't pick okra. You have to take a knife and cut it away from the plant.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh yeah, it's slow as Christmas. And so we as kids we had to get out there and it's low to the ground. And I mean it wasn't a walk in the garden.
Then you had to eat it. That'd be the worst part.
No, see now I like okra. I'm not wild about boiled.
I like
plain
all forms,
okra.
All forms.
I like
I'm
okra
just wild
and
about
tomatoes,
okra.
and I love
Okra's
fried
wild
okra.
about me.
I like pickled okra. I just don't like boiled by itself
I like
okra.
it. I like eating okra raw. Just
I've
What?
never tried that.
yeah.
But we had a
Unless it's good.
pretty good sized garden. I mean, Dad had a little tractor. It's called an economy tractor. It was like a
You had a tractor?
but
Y'all
it
had a
wa-
tractor too?
yeah,
I'm the only one that didn't have a tractor.
but we
They were
wasn't
the
like
Carltons.
It wasn't a big. Like a farm tractor. It was just a little, almost like a mower tractor,
Yeah.
but it had more like tractor tires and it's set up higher than a a lot more powerful than a lawnmower.
Stronger than dirt.
And we
it
had
a diesel?
plows we pulled behind it.
Diesel.
No, it was just a
Weasel. You had a garden weasel?
little
Oh, diesel.
like a little Poppin' John sounding garden tractor.
So
wasn't
who
much
had
to
the
it.
biggest gardens of your ancestors?
I don't know. I didn't know any.
Yeah, who
past
knew
my
the
grand-
ancestors?
I didn't know any past my grandfather.
Well, my grandma had one. My aunt had one. My mom had one. My sister had one. Yeah, my sister had.
We're talking about
Well, those
ancestors.
aren't your ancestors.
Yeah, you said ancestors. You said relatives.
But we need. We got to
Is that relative? Well,
take a little break.
we're going to come back and garden a little bit more
We
in
got
a
to
minute.
garden and preserve. We got to put up with vegetables.
We'll be back.